we're going to demonstrate just how easy it is to add Dr. Kruger Pet Supplements formula to your dog's food. When we introduce anything new to a dog's body, we want to do it very slowly. We're going to start out with just a pinch. So just a pinch. And we're going to work that up over the next 7 to 10 days, adding a little more each day until we get it to the full 1 scoop per 1 cup of food. So this is 1 full scoop per 1 cup of food. Now this only equals a teaspoon. This is very little formula, and that's because there's no fillers. So you're getting exactly what Dr. Kruger intended in every scoopful. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to do this. So this is 1 cup of food. We're going to add the cup of food to your dog's bowl, and we're going to pretend like this is the first day. So we're going to take just a pinch. See, just a pinch. And see how little is going on there? Just a pinch. And again, over the next 7 to 10 days, depending on your dog's system, you're going to add a little more each day until you work up to the full 1 scoop per 1 cup of food. As an added bonus, we have a scoop like this in every jar, so you don't have to worry about measuring. So you just add the powder to the food, and then we're just going to take a little bit of water. I know a lot of dogs, they're not real fond of very wet food, so this makes this pretty easy. You add just a little bit of water, so in this case just 2 little spoons full, just enough to get the powder wet and allow it to melt. So we're going to take this, and we're going to stir it up, and stir it really good. If your dog's like ours, she knew exactly what was going in there. She loved it, but she wanted to make sure that it was thoroughly mixed. So we're going to do that. We're just going to thoroughly mix it and make sure that all the little chunks are coated. And now that they are, as you notice in there, there's a little bit of gravy at the bottom. They usually love that little bit of gravy. And all the bits are still crunchy. And then you feed it to your dog, and you're done. Okay, now we're going to talk about the puppy pregnancy formula. The puppy pregnancy formula is richer than our normal formulas, so you want to be, we want to give this a little bit slower than you do the other formulas. So previously we mentioned that you should introduce this to into your dog's diet by a little pinch, and then continually adding more each day until you get to a full scoop over a 7 to 10 day period. With the puppy and pregnancy formula, you're probably going to want to go a little bit slower than that. You're going to want to build it up over a 10 to 20 day period depending on the dog. Some dogs have cast iron constitutions, and you can throw anything at them and they'll eat it. Other dogs have more sensitive systems, so you're going to want to do it a little bit slower. The choice is yours. We always recommend to go slower. It's just better for the dog system if you introduce it slower. So you're going to start the same way. So let's go ahead and go through the process. You're going to take 1 cup of food. You're going to add it to the bowl. And the first day, you're going to take just a pinch, and you're going to add it just a pinch on every meal. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a pinch in there. See, just a little bit of a pinch. I mean, it's not, it's just barely registering how much is actually in this little scoop, but that's really all you want to put in there. And I'm going to show you just how little that looks. I mean, it's just a little bit of powder, just a tiny, tiny bit. And that you should do that on each meal the first couple of days to 3 days, depending on your dog, and then work your way up. Start adding a little more each day. Just so I make sure I'm clear, with all of our formulas, the supplements should go on each meal, not 1 meal a day, unless the dog's only getting 1 meal a day. but it should go on each meal. So if they eat twice a day, you're going to put it on twice a day. If they get 3 times a day, you're going to put it on 3 times a day. It goes by the dog's food intake, not by the body weight. That's why you're only feeding a maximum of 1 full scoop per 1 cup of food. So we're going to pretend like I didn't put this powder on here, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you do a full scoop for the 1 cup. So typically I fill the scoop up and then I use my finger and I rake it over just like that. And now you see it's 1 full scoop for now 1 cup of food. Okay? And just put it in there like that. That should be fine. And we're going to take our water. And normally we would do it with a little bit of warm water. If your dog doesn't like warm water, just do it with a little bit of just room temperature water. Just add a little bit. There's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. It's just enough to get the powder to melt. So we're going to now just mix it up. If you notice what I'm doing here, I'm just moving it around the bowl, turning it over, getting the powder in contact with the water so it will help it to dissolve and coat all the little kibble bits. Okay? So do that. Okay. That is excellent. All right. So now that you've done that, it's all nice and mixed. You can go ahead and just put it down for your dog, put it down on the floor, put it in their stand, however you feed them, and they should go right at it. Okay, so let's talk about the puppy pregnancy formula. There seems to be a little bit of confusion sometimes of when it should be given and when it shouldn't. The puppy pregnancy formula you should start giving this when you know for sure that your female is conceived. Once you know for sure she's conceived, you can go ahead and start giving her the puppy and pregnancy formula. She will stay on this formula until the last puppy is weaned. Once the last puppy is weaned, she comes off of this formula and she transitions to at least everyday health. If she was on skin and coat before, you should bring her back to skin and coat. If she was on joint before or on high performance before, you should transition her back to those. My preference would be for you to do, when you do this transition back from puppy pregnancy to the other formula, you should do it slowly, go just like you did it for the very first time. You're going to stop giving this totally. You're not going to transition down. You're going to start giving this totally, and you're going to start adding this back in. You're going to do it with just a pinch and work your way up to the full 1 scoop per 1 cup of food after 7 to 10 days, depending on your dog. The reason for doing that is anytime you're introducing anything new into the dog's body, while this is not new, she hasn't been on it for a while, and now you're going to bring her back to it. So you want to be careful and give her system a break and do it slow. The puppies, they're getting the benefits of this formula through the mother's milk. Once the puppies are weaned, you can start giving them this formula on their dry food or their raw diet or whatever they're being given. And you're going to do it the same way that you introduce the mother to it. You're going to, even though they've been getting it through their milk, they're getting it in a different form, and you want to start with a small pinch and work your way up, so you're going to do it slow. Generally, the puppies are only going to be getting 1/4 of a cup or 1/8 of a cup or 1/2 a cup per feeding, so you're going to work them up to whatever that is. As they grow until they're 6 months old, as their feeding requirements change, you're going to keep increasing the formula to match the feeding requirements. But you can leave them on this until they're 6 months old. Once they turn 6 months old, you need to take them off of this. Okay? You need to transition them again to at least everyday health. If they're going to be a working dog and they need the support that high performance gives them, you might want to go to high performance. If they're a dog that generally has issues with their joints, you're going to want to transition that puppy onto joint formula. it depends on what you want to do, but at a minimum, they should go on Everyday Health because this gives them the foundational health that they need. If you have any questions or concerns about anything in this video about how to feed your dog Dr. Kruger Pet Supplements, just give us a call at 1-800-711-8736, or you can send us an email. The contact information is on the website. And you can always go to the website at www.drkruger.com. We have a treasure trove of information out there for you to read, both in our blog and information on the website in general. So if you need any information, you need some help, give us a call. We're here. We're a natural part of your dog's extended healthcare team, and we want to make sure that you have all the support you need so they're healthy. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, let us know.